The atmosphere inside the military camp was heavy, filled with the silence of discipline and the weight of responsibility. Cha Eun-woo, known for his calm and composed personality, had been struggling quietly with the pressures of military life. Rumors had spread among fans and close acquaintances that Eun-woo was feeling overwhelmed, his bright smile dimmed by the challenges of training and the isolation from the world he once knew. It was in this moment of vulnerability that Jin, the eldest member of BTS, decided to make a visit that would change everything. Jin, who himself had completed his military service, understood better than anyone the emotional toll that such an environment could bring. His arrival at the camp was not just a casual gesture. It was a powerful symbol of support, brotherhood, and resilience. As soon as Jin stepped into the camp, the soldiers recognized him, not only as a global superstar, but as someone who had walked the same path they were walking now. His presence immediately softened the atmosphere, bringing a sense of warmth and familiarity that Eun-woo desperately needed. When Jin approached Eun-woo, the younger idol tried to hold back his emotions. But the moment Jin spoke, everything changed. His words were not grand speeches or rehearsed lines. They were heartfelt, simple, and deeply human. Jin reminded Eun-woo that even in the darkest times, there is light waiting at the end of the tunnel. He spoke about his own struggles during service, the nights he felt alone, and the mornings when he questioned his strength. But he also shared how those moments shaped him, how they gave him resilience, and how they made him appreciate the bond he shared with his BTS brothers even more. The sincerity in Jin's voice was overwhelming. Eun-woo, who had been carrying the weight of his emotions silently, could no longer contain himself. Tears streamed down his face, unstoppable, raw, and genuine. He cried not out of weakness but out of release, finally allowing himself to feel the comfort of Jin's presence. The camp, usually filled with rigid discipline, became a place of healing in that moment. Soldiers around them watched silently, moved by the rare display of vulnerability and brotherhood. What made this moment even more powerful was the way Jin connected Eun-woo's struggles to the unity of BTS. He spoke about RM, the leader, who always reminded the group to stay grounded no matter how high they soared. He mentioned J-Hope, whose optimism and energy kept them alive during the hardest tours. He recalled Suga, who taught them that even pain could be turned into art, and Jimin, who never failed to comfort the members with his gentle heart. Jungkook, the youngest, was highlighted as the symbol of growth and perseverance, while V was remembered for his ability to bring laughter even in the darkest times. By weaving Eun-woo's pain into the story of BTS's resilience, Jin gave him a sense of belonging, a reminder that he was not alone in his journey. The tears that flowed from Eun-woo's eyes were not just for his own struggles, but for the realization that he was part of a larger narrative of strength, unity, and healing. The camp became a stage for a story that fans around the world would never forget. Jin's visit was not just about comforting a friend. It was about showing that even idols, often seen as untouchable, are human beings who feel, struggle, and overcome. Eun-woo's tears became a symbol of authenticity, a reminder that vulnerability is not weakness but a path to healing. As the first part of this emotional encounter unfolded, viewers could feel the depth of the bond between Jin and Eun-woo. It was a story that resonated beyond the camp, reaching fans across the globe who understood the importance of support, friendship, and resilience. This was not just news, it was a testament to the power of words, the strength of brotherhood, and the healing that comes from being understood. The second part of this unforgettable moment continued with Jin spending more time inside the camp, ensuring that Eun-woo felt not just comforted but truly supported. After the initial tears, Jin stayed by his side, speaking softly, sharing stories, and reminding him of the love that awaited him outside the camp walls. The bond between them grew stronger with every word, every gesture, and every shared silence. Jin's presence was more than symbolic, it was transformative. He reminded Eun-woo that the military, while challenging, was also a place where character was built and resilience was forged. He explained how his own service had taught him patience, discipline, and the value of brotherhood. Eun-woo listened intently, his tears slowly turning into a faint smile, as he realized that Jin's journey was proof that he too could endure and emerge stronger. The other BTS members, though not physically present, were deeply connected to this moment through Jin's words. RM's leadership was invoked as a reminder that even in times of uncertainty, clarity and vision could guide the way. J-Hope's boundless energy was described as a source of light, a reminder that joy could be found even in the smallest moments. Suga's wisdom was shared as a lesson that pain could be transformed into strength, while Jimin's compassion was highlighted as the kind of love that heals wounds unseen. Jungkook's determination was painted as a symbol of growth, and V's humor was remembered as the spark that kept their spirits alive. BY bringing the essence of BTS into the camp. Jin created a bridge between Eunwoo's struggles and the group's collective resilience. It was as if the entire BTS family was standing beside him, offering their strength, their love, and their unwavering support. This connection gave Eunwoo the courage to face his challenges with renewed determination. The soldiers around them were equally moved. They saw in Jin not just a superstar but a brother who understood their pain. They saw in Eunwoo not just an idol but a human being who was brave enough to show his vulnerability. The camp became a place of unity, where the lines between celebrity and soldier blurred, replaced by the shared experience of resilience and healing as the day went on. Jin continued to stay with Eunwoo, ensuring that his presence was not fleeting but lasting. He reminded him that fans around the world were waiting, cheering, and supporting him. He spoke about the importance of holding on to hope, of remembering that every challenge is temporary, and that beyond the walls of the camp, a brighter future awaited. The emotional impact of this visit was undeniable. Eunwoo's tears, Jin's words, and the silent support of the soldiers created a narrative that would be remembered for years to come. Fans across the globe, watching and listening to this story, felt the depth of the bond between idols and the humanity that lies beneath their fame. This was not just a moment, it was a movement, a reminder that even in the toughest times, support and love can bring healing. Jin's visit to Eunwoo was a testament to the power of friendship, the importance of brotherhood, and the strength that comes from being understood, as the second part of the story concluded. Viewers were left with a sense of hope, inspiration, and connection. It was a narrative that transcended borders, reaching hearts across the world, reminding everyone that even in the darkest times, there is always light. The story did not end with Jin's heartfelt words and Eunwoo's tears. In fact, what followed became an even deeper testament to the power of friendship, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between idols who understand each other's struggles. After spending hours inside the camp, Jin made sure that Eunwoo was not left alone in his emotions. He encouraged him to embrace the support of those around him, reminding him that vulnerability could be a source of strength rather than shame. As the evening settled over the camp, Jin gathered Eunwoo and a few fellow soldiers in a quiet corner. He began to share stories about BTS's journey, not as global superstars, but as young men who once faced unimaginable pressure. He spoke about the early days when BTS struggled to be recognized, when their dreams seemed too far away, and when the weight of expectations nearly crushed them. Each member had their own battles, but together they found the courage to keep moving forward. Jin recalled how RM, as the leader, often carried the burden of responsibility, guiding the group through storms with wisdom and determination. He described J-Hope's endless positivity, which became their anchor during sleepless nights and exhausting rehearsals. Suga's quiet strength was highlighted, showing how even pain could be turned into music that touched millions. Jimin's compassion was remembered as the glue that held them together, while Jungkook's growth from a shy teenager into a confident performer symbolized the beauty of perseverance. V's humor and creativity were celebrated as the spark that kept their spirits alive even in the darkest times.